And welcome to another, folks, Michigan football film study focused on the defense with what Mr. Vance Bedford. Another season underway. We did the concepts and terminology video last week. We're happy to be back in the saddle and happy to be here with our new partners at Autograph. Autograph, founded by a Michigan man, Tom Brady. Is fitting, Vance, that we are on Tom Brady's app. Feels good to be home. It feels like home with Tom Brady, does it not?
It's good to be back, and it's good to have support of Mr. Brady. And I've known him since 1995 when he was a freshman. He came in with Woodson and that crew. That was a very talented class, and to see that particular class be so successful, the things they have done is absolutely amazing and a blessing.
What a great thing about being on Autograph, you fans who have this great app, is you are able to take advantage of all of the great offerings. That means all the great Michigan blogs you want to listen to, all the great Michigan podcasts you want to, or Michigan blogs you want to read, and podcasts you want to listen to, other, Michigan videos you want to watch. You can do that here and accrue points at the same time, redeem those points for rewards, and take advantage of great opportunities like the chance to win tickets to this Michigan Texas game this weekend, right? So these are the perks of being a part of an app like Autograph. So take advantage and be be rewarded for being a fan. That's what you get a chance to do by being here on Autograph. And by the way, before we get into this film study, remember, Vance isn't just reviewing Michigan film. He's going to be reviewing Ohio State film all year long, all season long, but only with your help. You got to help fund this Buckeye breakdown, because when we get to Michigan's bye weeks, the first bye week coming up in about 5 more weeks, he's going to look at the first 5 weeks of Buckeye film, and we're going to do the Buckeye breakdown. And then we're going to do the same thing in Michigan's second bye week, but only if you help fund this Buckeye film study. So you'll see that link in the description. You'll see that link to help fund the Buckeye breakdown in the comments. Click that link, help fund that film study, fund that breakdown, keep it going and growing, and we'll do it better than Connor Stallions did it. We'll break them down better than Connor.
There you go.
I'm just telling you.
Sam, you should call it the cupcake video. That's what they've been for the last 2 years. Is a cupcake. That's why they went out and got a brand new offensive coordinator, because Ryan Day is a cupcake. That's just called. You be calling Buckeyes. You should call them the Ohio State cupcakes with Ryan Day. So he decided to step back and get a real offensive coordinator in there.
Hey man, hey, he did. He went and got Chip Kelly. Hey, we'll break him down. Hey, here's the funny thing about it. Kind of got a little head start. I don't know what Chip was doing. I think Tony was there for a couple weeks. He was there for a couple weeks. Kind of see. I'm just playing with y'all Buckeyes. Kinda. Anyway, we'll have our Buckeye breakdown going, but you guys got to help us do it. Help us scout the Buckeyes with the Buckeye breakdown. Help fund that film study. Click that link, that PayPal page, and help us do it. Help Vance. Help Al. Help Tiki. We'll get it done. All right. All right. So, Vance, let's go ahead and get into it. Michigan, they come out the gate 30-10 over Fresno State. This is a good, this wasn't some slouch team that came in here. This is a good offense. I think this is the lowest points Fresno State had been held to in over 5 years. So this is a team that put up points. And for 3 quarters, I think Michigan had held them. First 3 quarters, Michigan held them to 1 third down conversion. They held them to 29 yards rushing and about 102 yards passing. It wasn't until the fourth quarter that they really got anything going offensively.
People don't realize Fresno State over the past 4 or 5 years, they've averaged 9 and 10 wins a season. They're a good football team. They've had some pretty good players come out of there. They had 2 Carr brothers that were first-round picks. They've had other first-round picks come out of that program. So they've done a tremendous job. Tim Skipper was an interim head coach and did a great job. So people kind of overlook, well, they from the Mountain West. They had nobody. No, they're a good football team with good football players. And you look at the last several years when Michigan played the Bowling Greens of the world, they didn't all of a sudden just look great out of the box. So they're trying to find themselves. And think about it, Sam. They have, 9 or 10 new starters on offense. You have a lack of depth on defense with new starters. So overall, Michigan did what they were supposed to do, and they did a tremendous job of winning that football game, getting them ready for the next game that's up. That's going to be in Ann Arbor Stadium.
Absolutely. All right. So, Vance, let's go ahead and get into the plays. And play number one on the docket is a telestration, Vance Bedford, as we went to the lab, as only Vance can do when breaking down the Michigan defense. And you
We
called
just This is a Z screen versus over six. And the reason I put this on here, Sam, because I just want to show people the outstanding pursuit, the run fits, and everything that Michigan is all about. This is Michigan football. They gained a few yards. I'm not concerned about that. What I just wanted to show was the great effort that this team puts in every year for the past several years. And let the fans know nothing has changed. Go ahead, Sam. Let's let it run. As you can see, this is just a wide receiver screen. Okay, you can see both tackles going deep set to invite the ends up the field. The center and the guards, they're going to chip and they're going to block out, trying to make a seam for the wide receiver. Okay. And we're going to see that you can see the back flaring to the bottom. You got the slot, the S, he's motioning out wide. The ball's going to go to him. And now for the tight end and the receiver, they're going to block man on. That's what you're going to get in this particular situation. And we're just playing just over cover six, which we're going to show in a minute. Just over defense. You can see the boundary corners are cloud, the half field safety to the boundary. The back on the hash is vertical hook. The mic is a final number 3. The nickel back is quarter flat. And we got quarters to the field. These are some things we did in the concept video we did last week that talked about what a quarter flat is. He matches the first thing to the flat. What's the final number 3? From outside in, he counts the final number 3 in the pass drop. The linebacker to the hash vertical hook. He has anything vertically down that hash mark. Okay. So these are some things we talked about in the concept video of last week. So let's let it go here, Sam. And this is a great job by the nickelback. When 3 went outside, how he got in the crease. This is technique football, very sound. And that's why I wanted to highlight this particular play and highlight him as far as what he did. What he did is turn the ball back to my other players. And that's why it's such a good football play, which we're going to see a lot of screens this coming week versus Texas.
And I'll show you this illustration one more time. Z screen versus over six.
You can see the protection, the blocking, those type of things. Now you can see the routes by the back and the wide receiver. And now you can see what the secondary doing. We were rolling to the boundary, quarter, half. Remember I tell you 1/4 plus a half equals a whole. And now the nickel back, let's focus on the nickel back and how he fits in this crease and gets the ball back to our linebackers and defensive line. Okay, here we go. We coming slowly but surely. I mean, watch the fit of the nickel back. That's a great job. I mean, to me, they gained a few yards, but I also wanted to show the pursuit, the execution, guys fitting in the right gap, even out wide. Everyone has a gap to fit in. Nickelback, look at that. The backer, the safety, that is a great job. That's a great job. And these are the things that we're going to see this coming week versus Texas. They are a big screen team. They run all kind of screens, tailback screen, wide receiver screens. And our run fits on the perimeter is going to be key to the success for the defense.
Big screen team, big RPO team, Vance.
Huge RPO team, which we saw something versus Fresno State, and Fresno State hurt us a little bit with these plays. So we're going to do a great adjustment versus Texas and taking that away. In the second half, the RPO from Fresno State, I think 3 times for 3 completions. The guy was wide open. And so we got to do a better job versus Texas and taking those particular plays away.
Yeah. There are some times over the middle of the field they found some holes that if you're Michigan, you imagine that's something they're going to be looking at as they get into the film room this week, knowing that that's something that Texas is probably going to try to exploit.
Yeah, anytime you have vertical hook to the side of the back, that's where the RPO shows up. That guy really has to hold. And people say, well, yeah, you have a run pass conflict. So he was playing a run and they throwing the ball right behind him. Well, you have to run with the defensive line in the front. He has to hold that area. If he doesn't versus Texas, that's going to be a completion whole ball game, man. Texas, they do a script. So in that script, in the first 20 plays, you're going to have at least 3 screens, 3 RPOs, and 2 deep shots. And then they're going to run the zone play off of it. That's what they've been doing for the past 3 or 4 years since Sark has been there.
All right, time for the next play, Vance. There's some familiarity. I mean, cowboy. That was something that we heard you say a lot last year. Well, it seems like it's going to be something you talk about a lot this year too.
It is. I mean, so again, like my man Wook said, he's an OG for the last 2 guys. So he's the godfather, as he puts it. But here you go. I mean, look at this stunt right here. Oh my goodness, this is a nice job. This is a nice job. Good pressure, good situation. I mean, they had Fresno State down in certain situations. So here we go. So now this is just cowboy right now. Now you can see the stunt. This is a counter. Again, Texas runs a counter also. So you can see the down blocks. You can see the 2 pullers, the guard and the tight end are pulling around. Okay. So in the stunt, you can freeze it right there, Sam. They can see the stunt right now. So in other words, we're angling to the field, the back to the boundary. He's blitzing in the B gap, and Will is blitzing off the edge. So everybody can see that. And we're rolling in the back end to cover 2, which I love that. So we're giving simulated pressure and running zone behind it. And on this particular play, it was a run, and therefore we get us a tackle for loss in this particular play. I love when offensive coaches bring everybody in tight. It benefits us. So again, you can see Will in the press alignment. He's blitzing off the edge to get a tackle for loss early in the ball game. And again, the front should be angling back to the field. I'm going to say this again. The front should be angling back to the field. The 3 technique to the field should be ripping B to C, so if it's a pass, he can contain. Everybody understand what I'm talking about? The very next play, you're going to see what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I put them back to back. Everyone has to do their job all the time. See, the tackle to the field. He's a 3 technique to the field. He has to rip back to the field for contain.
Yeah, because if you don't, my man could get outside him and have some.
That's exactly right. And pass in the run, it doesn't show up. But in the pass game, it will, because we're bringing everybody from the boundary, so we're pushing everything back to him. So he has to do his job for contain. In this particular play, it did not hurt us. We get us a tackle for loss right here. Will is off the edge. Everybody's spilling the football to Will. Nice job. Nice tackle for loss. That's a nice play.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. So yeah, you put them back to back. So let's go ahead and
put them back to back just for this reason.
And this is you singling out my man KG. This my guy. This is my guy. I call KG the grown ass man.
That means he had too many biscuits and gravy for lunch. That's what that means. He need to back off on that gravy so he can start doing what he's supposed to do.
You singling out my guy KG. But I know him, and I know he's gonna get better from this. I know that he's a guy who gets coached up, Vance.
Okay.
Right? He's a guy who you tell him he made a mistake, he's in the lab. He's not gonna make the same mistake twice.
I hope he's been in the lab right after the game, because he certainly needed it. I'm just telling you right now, stay away from that gravy. Maybe a biscuit, but stay away from the gravy. I'm just trying to help him out right now, because he got to execute this coming week. Now we can't be doing these kind of things.
Now, so which one was it? It wasn't Nickel Cowboy, was it?
It was in the very next play.
It was Nickel Cowboy. Okay,
That's why I put it on there. I mean, so right now he's the guy to the field, and I think we highlighted him on this particular play. He has to contain to the field, because we blitz him from the boundary. We got Cowboy on, just like the last play. Everything's the same, and he has to contain. When we coming off the edge, we're in great shape. We don't get a sack. But the problem was he did not contain the football. He didn't rip B to C gap to push the ball back to the blitz. And so the ball gets outside of us. He played technique like he forgot what the call was. That's that biscuit and gravy you keep talking about. Get him out of that lab. No more gravy for my biscuit man. We need execution. And I think part of it, you got a new defensive staff. A lot of things are the same, But you see how he played technique? He played well, straight ahead. Now he's trying to get out of there. Imagine if he ripped outside right now. We got a sack. See, watch him. He just goes vertical. He can't do that. He should be outside that guy right now. If he does, we got a sack. But instead, he bull rushed the guy. So to me, that's execution. Now, I don't know what the coach is telling him. If they say, well, that's what he's supposed to do, well, they got a problem in their defense then. They got it because last year, I know what the guy was doing, where he was going. So again, I'm saying it's a new staff. They learning a new defense, trying to explain it and understand it. Sometimes you can have those issues in the first ball game.
The first ball game.
Now, second ball game, they say from first game to second game, we should get better. That's what I'm going to look to see. Because this is a great stunt. This is a great stunt. We're in great shape here.
Mm-hmm.
Except the big one, he can run. He can run. But if he does his job initially like he's supposed to, we got us a sack.
Yeah. I chalk it up to first game. First game. I'm not making excuses.
Thank you.
I'm not making excuses. I hear what you about to say.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to just let that ride because it's the first game. All that matters is that anytime you find a way to win, nothing else matters. The most important thing at the end of the game, do I have at least one more point than my opponent? I'm good to go.
Yeah, he's I think he's gonna be president and counted for, because I tell you what, number 55.
Ooh, he balled out.
Yeah, it felt like he was eating guys in that game. He was dominating guys in that game.
I'm gonna tell you who was dominating, but both defensive ends played not good but great. Mm-hmm. They were outstanding. Texas got 2 offensive tackles. I think they 6'5", 6'6", about 355. Sam, they ain't gonna block our guys. They don't move that way. We give them a little wide and say, let's go hunt. Woo! Man, we're going to have some fresh meat all day long. I'm just telling you. They're not used to seeing guys like this that's strong and off the ball like that. They're not used to seeing that.
All right, let's go ahead and get back to it, Vance, and go to play number 4 on the telestration chart. And Bear Mike.
Some of the same things we've seen from the past. Again, we playing zone, so we're in a bear defense. Okay, we got 5 guys on line of scrimmage. And you look at this look, you can swear, well, we playing man-free. They're in bear defense, they're playing man-free. They're going to blitz, but we're not. So we in zone football, and they running shallow crossing routes. Here we go. We just block a man on, and we got shallow. Now, Sam, can you freeze it right there for me, Sam? Now, I talked about this last year quite a bit. If everybody can see the splits of the wide receivers. Look, let's go from the field. That's a minor split. Look at number 2, inside hash. That's a minor split. You go to the boundary. The guy at the top, that's the top of the numbers, minor split. Again, all those things are part of how you play football for the secondary and linebackers. This is an indicator of they've been running some type of middle flood in between the hashes. Mm-hmm. So in this route, you got 2 shallow crossing routes. You got a post pattern by the guy to the field and a dig route by the guy to the boundary and a back flank. This is a great zone route. If you're playing man-to-man, then it's a rub route by the 2 slot receivers. But we go into cover 2, and we catch these guys off guard. So we go. You can see the routes develop right here. Okay, this is the middle flood, that's what I'm going to call this. Now, on defense, okay, the nose is going to his left. The 2-3 techniques. Those are guys lying on the guard, Sam. They are ripping B to C for contain. The Mike is going A gap to the field. But see, the offensive line looking outside, they block a man on. When the back is out fast, there's nobody to block the Mike linebacker, which he's going to come scot-free. And the secondary, I love what they're doing right here. This is simulated pressures and playing zone behind it. Both corners playing cloud technique. The boundary safety is going to the half. The safety in the middle of the field, he's a robber. In other words, he has a final number 3. Okay. The 2 defensive ends, the outside backers, they vertical hook droppers. They just going straight back. We only rushing 4, and we playing 2 deep, 5 underneath. I mean, this is a great, great scheme. I love this. And we're going to highlight the corner to the boundary, and with the help of the defensive end to the boundary, they do a tremendous job in reacting to this play. The quarterback throwing, look at the back. He's scot-free. He's scared to death. Look at a great job by the corner. He just got to wrap up. But again, this is a great design, by Wick and the defensive staff because they blow the defense. And you sending 5 guys out, you have nobody whatsoever to block the Mike linebacker. So the ball's out quick, throwing it to a cloud corner for a no gain. He went for the kill shot instead of wrapping up.
Yeah, young fella, wrap up.
Yeah, he'll learn. He's not back in junior high school where this works. He's in Division 1A ball. You got to wrap guys up and take them to the ground.
Yeah, that young fella has a bright future. He's a fantastic athlete, but to your point, yeah, it's a lot. You playing against fantastic athletes now.
Yes, you are. But this is a great job, great pursuit, great scheme. I like what we did here. I mean, they planned for bear defense, and we only rushed 4 guys and played zone behind it, and we caught them. The corner reacted. So he's going to hurt his shoulder right there. Mm-hmm. He's going to be on the sideline with his arm in a sling because he thought he was back in junior high school trying to tackle. And then he'll have his mouthpiece saying, I'm watching everything, Sam. Hey, you know what? I gave him a missed tackle for that play. If I was grading him, that's a missed tackle. Hey, you're in great position, Sam, but you missed a tackle. So that's a minus. So see me after practice for tackling practice. It's all good, Sam. It's all good.
All right. Yeah, young fella Jair Hill. So remember the name. Commit the name to memory because that's a young fella that I think we're going to be hearing a lot from this year and into the future. As he, when you talk about foot speed, there aren't many faster guys on the team than Jair Hill, and has worked his way into the starting lineup. All right, so Vance, a lot of familiar themes to what we've seen so far. Let's go ahead and move to the next play in the cycle. And again, when I say familiar themes, I heard you talk about lightning a lot last year. Well, here we go again, Vance, with another familiar theme.
And again, this is, we blitzing from the field, just to let you know, lightning, we ran this a bunch last year. And again, great stunt. Great stunt, great execution. Again, we just going to a 2 deep zone behind it. It's an overload blitz from the field. So you look at the field, which we angling back to the boundary, and we're going to roll a 2 deep zone, the cornerback to the boundary, half field. We go right here. See, it's lightning. See, we bringing 3 guys from the field. Perfect. And again, this is bear defense again. So we don't see bear Mike, but we just started 2 plays ago. Now this is bear lightning. So again, we're giving them that. We got everybody covered up front. We're giving them 2 different looks, 2 different zone pressures. Secondary, we roll into the field. Corners cloud. The field safety is half field. The boundary safety is robber. The defensive end to the boundary is a flat defender. The corner to the boundary is rolling back to the deep half. So we are rolling. That's what we call a 2 roll. We're rolling to the side of the stunt, and the backside corner is a half field guy. The boundary safety is a robber. He's reading the quarterback, and he's working to the final number 3. But again, this is a run. The stunt by the D-line is fantastic. I love it. We get us a tackle for loss.
Yeah, this looks a lot like last year.
A lot like last year. Now, the only thing about this particular play, you see my man Isaiah Stewart to the boundary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a dropper. You know that, right? Sam, he's a dropper. He didn't drop. Now, I know he saw a run, but what he should have done is step back and let the nose do his job first and fit off the nose. But guess what he did? He went contained. Now, I want you to watch the quarterback. I want everybody to watch the quarterback. Go ahead, we can let it run. He's not where he's supposed to be. So again, yeah, he did a great job in turning his ball back. That wasn't his job, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't his job. And for the nickelback coming off the edge, you know who the nickelback actually has, Sam? The quarterback. So again, we got another guy. Oh, I saw the ball given. What if that quarterback pulls that football right there?
Yeah.
He turn?
Yeah, he out there.
Yeah. So the points I'm making, we're doing a lot of things like last year. The execution's not there like it was last year. It's the first game. It's the first game. And so we were able to get away with that in this game. But again, you can see some of the things that showing up. And yeah, and Isaiah did a great job. Yeah. He in position to help out make that play. Wasn't really supposed to necessarily be there. The nickelback coming off the edge. Oh, yeah, I saw the quarterback. Okay. Don't let Quinn Ewers pull his ball on us come Saturday and come out here and throw a ball for a 50-yard touchdown. Because you say, I thought. Uh-huh. Like the man said, wishes were fishes, Sam, the season before, right? So we can't do that. We just can't do that.
No, Vance, one of the things that you do so well is you teach us lessons even in victory.
That's exactly right. That's the best way to learn them.
Yeah, you point out things and say, hey, wait a minute. Yeah, we were successful, but watch out for this next time. Right? I remember some games a couple years ago. I remember the Iowa game. He said, hey, man, hey, they getting outside. Or this dude, his eye discipline is not that good. You got to watch this. Sam, what linebacker play, Sam? Got to watch that linebacker play, Sam. I remember these things, Vance. I remember them very well. So there's some things that I want to touch on in this game. Some things, some technique things that I want you to kind of highlight. Not to single out individuals, but to single out technical things that Texas might look at on film and say, hey, if Michigan don't clean this up, we could take advantage of it. So let's talk about a couple plays, because it wasn't like it was a whole bunch of plays that Fresno State got Michigan on, but the ones that they did get them on, let's look at it, Vance. And so here is one where technique wise, they were able to get Michigan. And you tell me from a DB coach perspective why and how you think it can be cleaned up.
Okay, leave it right there. Right now, what is this quarterback saying? He's still got in the post. So what he's saying is possible man free. Okay. It really, I mean, we're showing our hand now. We've disguised some other things, ran too deep off of this. But right now, what he's saying, he just saw the boundary state roll up. So he's already made up his mind with the ball going. So name of the game is with a guy playing press and you see man free, I go to him right now for the fade route. Now, what happens at the corner to the boundary is he doesn't move his feet. He never touched the guy. And the old adage is if they even, they leaving. He wasn't just even, he was already leaving when the ball snapped because the guy's feet are bad. It's a technique flaw in his bump and run technique. He never moved his feet. He got in a foot race and he lost. Mm-hmm. It's just like my man, what's my man who in the Olympics, my man Lau, all that noise he was talking, and all of a sudden now he got COVID and he's sick and about to pass out. And talking all that noise. Going to talk about football players and basketball players, not world champion. Well, he was crying like a baby when he thought he lost 100. Oh, man, I think you got that. I think you got that. But shut up. I mean, you go champion, act like a champion. I mean, but I digress just a little bit. Let me get back to what we were talking about, Sam. Corner at the top, bad technique, no footwork. He's inside technique because you got to oversplit, which I agree with that. But his feet are bad, therefore he loses the battle. This turns out to be a big play. And the secondary telegraphed what they were doing. So it was an easy read by the quarterback. Let's let it run and let's go watch the corner into the boundary. Look at his feet. Boom. It's over with. He didn't get his hands on him. Didn't move his feet. Completion. That's all it is. It's just technique. It's technique. Like I said, we gave it away. See his feet? He's beat right now. No hands, no feet, no anything. Completion. He's trying to play through the hands. I give him credit for that, but he lost it at the line of scrimmage. And once that, everybody in college could run. In high school, he might have caught back up to the guy. The quarterback didn't make a good throw. But again, I'm just going Texas receivers. They got a 4x1 team playing wide receiver. They can fly. They were fast last year. Worthy went to the combine and probably had the fastest time ever to combine. The other receiver ran 4.35. They even faster this year, Sam. Mm-hmm. Hard to believe. No experience, but they fast.
So you said something a moment ago is that they know they kind of telegraphed what they were doing. That's a disguise, sort of issue or question? Any chance, they were hiding this? Do teams hide disguises? Is that a thing?
You do and you don't. But right now, because you have really a new staff, a new secondary coach, you have several new players in the secondary. It's the first ball game of the year. I'm not worried about the second game of the year. I'm worried about us. I'm not worried about the opponent. So I'm trying to get everything down right now and build off of that. And I think guys got nervous in that situation. They showed the hand real fast. The safety to the boundary showed his hand real fast. Why? That tight end they had was really null and void. You got all the day in the world. You come down to support the run, but you can do that from depth. Post safety, he's been moving the whole ball game, but the boundary safety and the boundary corner showed their hand real fast. And so it was an easy read for the quarterback to know where to go with the football right now.
Gotcha.
The technique got him in trouble.
All right. Here's another one, Vance, that I want you to tell me what you see.
The zero blitz.
The zero blitz.
A touchdown.
Blitz. You know exactly where I'm going.
Oh, I was initially I was going to show that one too, but you pull it up. You and I on the same page.
You're on the same page, Vance. On the same page because, hey, it's teach tape. Teach tape time. So let's go ahead and bring it up.
Again, they saw zero coverage. Freeze it right there. To me, you can run some zone off of that, but to me, that's zero coverage. Okay, so last year, out of zero coverage, a lot of times, Jesse would drop the two defensive ends, or he would drop two defensive tackles to give help for shallow crosses to get bodies and windows. Mike did the same thing. McDonald did the same thing. I mean, the only time we did zero blitz was 2 years ago versus TCU. They ran shallow crosser for a touchdown. The whole year we had never done that. So here we go right now. This is 100%. In the whole ball game, I never saw this look except for right here. This is the only time I saw this look. Now, the safety, he can't do that. He got to stay flat-footed the whole time. He got to do what we call a catch technique. In other words, have to sit there and try to take a charge. He can't not take one step backwards whatsoever, because the first thing he got to realize, this ball got to come out right now. And now he has to attack the back hip. We say track the hip. If he does that, that receiver can't spin back inside. But it starts with this. Quarterback knew right now what was happening. He knew where the receiver was going to go right now. He took this ball off his back foot fading away, Sam. But the safety's technique, see him walking back? Sam, he can't move. He has to sit right there and absorb the route. So again, they knew we were coming. The quarterback made a great play. Let's give the quarterback credit. He made a great play. The safety didn't give himself a chance. His technique was not very good in that particular play.
So you saw technique, and then it seems like you talk about the disguise again here too.
There was no disguise. They would say, hey, we're coming after you. And the guy got free. You can see that. The quarterback threw it, running away, turning his back. So the safety got to realize they don't have enough guys to protect this. He can't move at all. He got to his job is just get him down for one more down. But when he started giving ground, he caused more separation. That's a lot more difficult tackle. So there's nothing wrong with running zero blitz. So your technique in the back end, you got to improve that. And what that shows is a lack of confidence by that defensive back to understand that the quarterback don't have time to throw this football. I got to sit. I can't move at all. And for the corner to the field, to me talking, he should have seen the ball thrown. As he come back and ready to turn, the quarterback locked on, he should have been pulling the trigger too. He should have been a bonus baby. So again, they saw it was coming. The quarterback did a tremendous job. The DB, which is a tough tackle, he got to learn, don't move, absorb the route, and live with it. At worst, get an interference. If he runs vertical, get an interference call, pull him down. He's only half the distance to the goal line, up and play again.
All right, so let's show a good one. Let's show a good one, Vance. I mean, we showed some poor technique. Let's show some good technique.
Okay.
My one, Mr.
You gonna show my man Will Johnson interception for a touchdown?
We gotta show that by Will.
Yeah.
We gotta bring that up, right?
We have to.
Now they hit Will a couple times. They hit him on an internal fade. They got him on that. Uh,
Well, the
he,
three plays prior to that, they run the fake screen and go. We're in cover two. And they hit number two down the sideline for about a 15-yard play. Then they come back and then empty. A few plays later, run the same dumb play, except they actually throw it. Will read it. I mean, give me a break, man. Come on. I mean, you could tell right now there's some kind of zone. I mean, he read that all the way. And they had something on the screen that Will was running 20 miles per hour, so he must have been flying. I mean, he must have been on his motorcycle or something. I don't know how they get all these times. Oh, he running 20 miles per hour. Man, how do you figure that out, Sam? I wish I could sit next to the guy who does that. Oh, look at he's going 20 miles an hour running. Really? Nice and smooth. Hey, no allows. Will Johnson got you in the 200 meters, baby.
yeah, he sniffed this one out all the way.
All the way. I mean, come on.
So they were talking about, and some fans like this wasn't a typical game for him and all that. What did you think of how he played in this game?
I thought he had a solid game. I mean, he went out after some plays early, and he broke on an outcut one time and missed it. That didn't bother me. I mean, it didn't hurt him. We got him on the ground and that type of thing. They're gonna complete passes on you. They completed passes on Charles Woodson when I was there. So that's part of it. I mean, they have good football players. They got a good quarterback. So he's gonna make some plays. So people they read the press clippings more than the players do. Well, you know, he's this, he's a shutdown corner, he's this and that. They got good football players. They're gonna go after Will Johnson this coming week again. I mean, they really are. That's just part of who they are. You have to challenge those guys. And they're going to complete some passes on him throughout the year, and he's going to make some plays like he just did. They went after him one time too many. Guess what just happened? Touchdown for the Wolverines.
Yeah, man. It's one of those things where, like you said on the outcut, he took a shot. He was that he almost had it too. He took a shot. I want him to take a shot.
You know what? That's what good players do. The great players take a shot. Now he's starting to understand when to take it and when not to take it. That's the biggest thing you teach guys. When can you take it? It's not I got to be 90% sure that you're wrong. That means that 10% won't get us beat. You got to understand where you are, reading the guy's break, reading the quarterback, and you do that by studying video. It don't happen on game day. It happens on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday by you studying the video, the splits, how he breaks, the quarterback reads. So now in the game, you already been through it in your mind, so it's an easy play to make.
Yeah, and one more because I got to shout this young man out. He got hurt last year, missed the end of the year. Been knowing this young man for a long time. Wink said he didn't know if he was really going to be ready to go, full speed at the beginning of the year. He looked full speed to me, and I'm talking about Rayshawn Benny. This was one of your what you call it, rock? You call it
Yeah,
rock,
call
man.
it right. That's a great job. It's a great job by all those guys.
Number 26, Rayshawn Benny.
Now he had a pretty good game too. He did some good things.
Yeah, he did. He came up big in this game. If he can have a good season behind Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant,
Mm-hmm. They give us depth that we need.
exactly right.
I mean, look at it. I mean, the confusion that they caused up front by their alignments and by disguise on what they're doing, it pays big dividends.
And that big dude can move. He looked like he
Again,
didn't.
I'm going to go back to this. Texas have got 4 starters back on offense. They 2 and 3 year starters. They big now. I bet they average about 325, 330, about 6'6". But they haven't seen a defensive line like this. I mean, Alabama was big and physical, but Alabama was not a great movement team. We are big, but we also a great movement team. They have not faced this. Now, the biggest thing is that you can play a coach that, in my opinion, is a gadget coach. A lot of screens, RPOs, trick 'em, dick 'em kind of plays. So that's why it's very important that we execute. We execute, we'll be okay. If not, you give up big plays versus that offense.
That's right. All right, folks. Well, that is going to be a wrap for this edition of the football film study. Again, you know how we do it. We are back every week breaking down the film. Next week, we're going to be back breaking down Texas. All right. Now, We hope we're breaking down the Texas victory. We gonna be back here, win or lose. We hope that you are right
Sam,
here with us.
Sam, hold it. You never said it the last 3 years. You never said anything about win or lose. What's wrong with you? Where your confidence at? You just showed me a chink in your armor, Sam. You never said that. Now they'd ask me something like that. It might be a little bit different, but not you, Sam. Sam, Sam. Where's your positivity? You haven't done that for 3 years.
Rain on shine.
You haven't done that for 3 years, Sam.
Hey, you're right. You're right. We gonna be back. Is the point. And we hope that you are back here with us right here on this Autograph app. Again, folks, this is our new home. We hope that you are enjoying your new surroundings as well. Take advantage of all the great offerings here on Autograph. Check out the podcast you can listen to, the blogs you can read, the other videos you can watch, and of course, the great film study series here, thanks to the Michigan Insider, the one with Al, and of course, all the offerings with Vance. And by the way, make sure you go over to help fund the Buckeye Breakdown. I'm put the link in the description and the link in the comment section so you can help fund the Buckeye Breakdown so we can do the Buckeye film study in the bye week. Oh yeah, the cupcake film study.
Thank you.
In the Michigan bye week. So be sure to help us with that. And we'll see you next time here on the Michigan football film study focused on the defense with Vance Bedford. We'll see you next time.
Go Blue.